Oh, I like that so much better. Okay. So no light and these two. That I can do. Okay. Hello. Hey, Kai. How you doing? I'm just setting up. This is just business stuff. I'm trying to get lighting done. I'm trying to get come on in and chat, and if you've got questions, feel free ask. I don't know if I'm going to actually save this video or not. So just an FYI, but I think I finally got it where I want it. So if you just want to hang out, just start asking me questions. That's fine. I think I finally got my lighting correct. Yes! God, that makes me happy. Anyway, I can't I finally got it. This is supposed to be a test. This is a test of the broadcasting whatever. Anyway, I'm not making fun of it. I'm just it is what it is. So you guys want to talk? There's two of you. I don't know who all two of you are. But come on in, have a seat, grab a cuppa. This is just supposed to be a test. I was supposed to get the height right. I want to have certain things done and corrected for next Friday. I'm hoping to have this backdrop drop down a bit more, and I was trying to get lighting right, and so if I'm going to do it. Yeah, it finally does. I've had so much different things going on with it that I've done just the basics, and now that I got my hand sewing light, which you're gonna laugh at this, or maybe you won't. It's covered in TP. So I'm here to tell you. Yeah, see, you got to have the two lights together to make it even. So this light, that's a daylight light bulb, just an FYI. So that's a regular daylight light bulb. This is a light that I specifically bought for doing hand beadwork and a lot of hand sewing, like when I do it at night. It's perfect for that. But now that I finally have the right, I'm not going to bend it. It's one of those things that you bend. But what I learned during all my photography years, retired photography, is, let's see if I can do this again. Oh, see, now it's off. Yeah, it really does make great lighting, and it's something that I've already got. Oh, that's better. It's still not like it was before, but that's better. I can deal with that. And I got my slide bar going across, so that works out. And all that is a toilet paper roll with black duct tape on it, and it's folded and rolled, so it makes it perfect for when I want to just, and I'm not using tape over my camera as often, so that works. Real simple little things. And the TP, the type of TP, I mean, and they've changed the pattern on it and everything since the last round of, so there's basically three sheets of TP, and because TP is always white, they bleach so much of it that what I've learned in old school lighting stuff, because lighting was really my thing in college, when I went to college for photography. There are a lot of things that you can use on the fly, such as fill light can be, depending upon the kind of fill light you want. You can use any kind of reflective surface, and I typically used, on the fly, would typically use aluminum foil. I always have a spare roll of aluminum foil in my vehicle years ago. Just for that purpose. I mean, that's a great on the fly thing. So is a roll of TP over a light because it's white. And you're giving softer light instead of the intense shit. So, no pun intended. Or maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway. Anyhow, you got any questions, dear? I've got to figure out what else I need. So I've got the lighting. The backdrop is it's not exactly what I want, but it works. When am I going live again? Technically, I'm live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I used to do these Nightglow evening sessions quite frequently, in fact. And there goes the phone again. So I've thought about doing a couple of the night things. There we go. I've thought about doing the Nightglow things, a couple times a month, once a month, twice a month maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. There's just been so much going on. So my typical answer for that is Thursdays at 7 p.m. Today is a Friday, and I did a live earlier in the evening. So next week I will be live on Thursday. I will be on 2 shows next week. I'm on a weekly show on Wednesday nights. Hey, Drew. So anyway, so I'm usually on a weekly show on Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Pacific to midnight, and that is called the S4 Bunker. That's how it can be found on Spreaker.com. As you look up the capital letter S dash and then the number 4 Bunker, and that's where you can typically find me every Wednesday night, and then every Thursday I'm on Eric Cooper's group, and Eric has taken a background to it for a while, and I don't know, one day he may decide to come back, but so Cole and Kayla Wegleitner are taking on the S4 Bunker, and we've had some really good stuff on it. So anyway, you can find that in the file folder that says the shows Nikki's been on. Middle of nowhere. Oh, I understand that. I used to live in the middle of frickin' nowhere. I gotta be careful how I say things. I'm in a smart-ass type of mood. I apologize. Anyhow. So we were talking about lighting, but anyway, yeah, it kind of lost my train of thought. That's all right. Been like that all night. Speaking of which, still haven't taken my stuff. And I got a lot of things to take, so I gotta boost the brain, even this late at night. Yeah, they are watching, aren't they? Quite a few. Anyway, come on in, and this was supposed to be a test. This was not supposed to be anything major. I was trying to get my lighting done. And my slide the bar back over and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to get everything set up for next week. and to be for the future. Anyway, I really didn't expect anybody to come in, but it's always open for you guys to chat, to talk. Anyhow, lights, camera, action. Yeah, the Mike TV, if I remember that right. Anyhow, can't think of anything right now. Can't think. My brain is just like whatever. Drew, I actually thought I just read what you had said being, and it's not what you had said. I was just catching up on you said normal stuff. My brain turned it into toenail stuff. Oh my God, Drew. That was crazy. Anyhow, what do you guys want me to talk about tonight? Since this was business and now turning into a chat, which is fine. Totally fine by me. I'm up for it tonight. Really am. What do you guys want to ramble about? Ramble. There we go. Okay, and that. Do that. Do this. Move that there. Ba-dum-bum-bum. I'm up for it, but I'm not. It is what it is. So, ha. What you want to talk about? Nothing? Come on, folks. There we go. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Anyhow. There we go. Okay. Business stuff. Always business stuff. Nobody wants to hear that from me. God, this thing is taking forever. There we go. And 3 of you are in chat and watching. So, hello. Hello. All right. So, like I said earlier, I don't know if I'm going to keep this. It was originally just for a... I cannot think. It was originally for a lighting and getting stuff set up. Suppose we could talk about paranormal. I haven't talked really about paranormal in a long time. At least not on my channel. It's been almost solely ET stuff and government BS. Suppose I could also talk about the book. I haven't talked about that perked somebody's ears up. Felt that. Here's the blue painter's tape that I talked about earlier on my show. highly recommend using it, cutting it in half, and ouch, just taking it and oh, that's nice to know. So you just take it and cut it in length, right down the middle, and then put these little pieces where you want it to show how tall. If you've got paranormal happening and you don't know how tall something is, take your painter's tape. Where the hell is squeaky squeaky? Aha. Okay, how far over does that go? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, stay. So use your tape measure up the wall, and put a piece of painter's tape, and that'll show you. It doesn't have to be this thick. I mean, for that matter, you could cut this down to a thin ribbon and have it up there. It's got to be viewable from a distance away for you. So however good or bad your eyes are, I mean, you could use something as small as that or as big as this. If I'm really out of it and I'm half asleep walking around, which has been known to happen periodically, not all the time, I want something this thick going up on the wall so that I can determine how tall the being is. Are we looking at a spirit that was once 6'4" or 6 foot, or are we looking at a spirit that was 5 foot? You know, something else that I've done is to put tape up at usually I do it at 6 feet. I don't do it at 5. I usually use this little skinny thing for the 5-footers. But it gives me a height differential in order to make sure that everything is okay. So I'm not overestimating or underestimating how tall a being is from wherever my perspective is. And I'm no expert. Hey, Robert. Tape measure like they have in banks. Yeah, I would use that in a heartbeat, but I couldn't get away with that where I live. So, so that's why I use the painter's tape. You can get away with painter's tape a little bit easier than you could something like that. So, or for that matter, I could probably even make a little mural on a piece of 2x4 and do it that way and post it. Okay, I got a bunch of things going on. Can't even figure out what the hell this stuff is. Anyway, so that's one way to make a determination within your home. If you've got paranormal activity going on and you're seeing spirits or even a shadow person, you want to know how tall they are. You don't want to make estimations. You want something that's a little bit more definitive, and especially looked upon from your position or your angle. Okay, that's going to drive me nuts. Whatever. Anyway, so there's that little bit of info. Something else is if you've got either paranormal or ETs, the better ETs, I should say. Yeah, Robert, I wasn't going to go there yet. I'll get to that in a minute. Oh my god, that's a whole mindset. That's a whole mind F. I forgot what I was gonna say. You can actually go in and regarding so you've got the tape. Oh, quarters. It was quarters. So if you've got quarters, you can actually stack a small stack of quarters on like a dresser, especially if you know they're abducting you from your bedroom. Ask them. I want you to tell me that you're here. Move the quarters in the stack of quarters. Either move the stack or be real specific and say, I want to see 3 of these quarters sitting on the side. Now, it's more difficult for a spirit to do that than it is for, say, like something that may be demonic or something that is trying to deliberately F with you. So, just an FYI that way. A lot of little tidbits. Okay, what else do I need to do business-wise regarding how this is set up? It has to be on this. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to move you over here because that'll help remind me that that's where you need to be. And yeah, and I don't want it over there. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so that's done. What else? Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I'm just trying to think of different options. Oh, I know. So harder to determine if they crawl on the ceiling. Okay, so I knew there was something I wanted to get back to. Yeah, Robert knows about a situation that I had where I had an entity walk through. I was in the hospital with my mom was in the hospital. I was in her essentially ICU room, and she had a paranormal Crawly come crawling. I haven't told this story in a long time. Year and a half or so, something like that. So she had this creepy Crawly, paranormal, black, gray thing come crawling through on her floor. Hello to the 4 and 5 people. And yeah, somebody needs to take away their suction cups. That's an understatement. I've had about enough of all of that I could ever care to have. But anyway, so mom's in the hospital. I literally had walked through the door because I wasn't gone for very long from her room. I usually wasn't gone for more than 5 minutes, or 10 at the most, or doing a change when it was my time because when mom got sick, I was at the foot of the bed, or if I had to rest, or if she was awake, then I was right there with her. She was asleep. This was nighttime. I walked through the door. I had just walked through the door. The door opened and it slid open and closed like this. And I went over, I sat down, I called a group of people that were on a weekly nightly call, or weekly weekend call, on a Skype call, and just kind of checked in with them. And I needed the support. And so I had contacted them, and I don't know, Robert, and I don't remember if Amy was on the phone at the time, but I know Robert was in the group at the time. Drew might have been, I'm not sure. Anyway, so the next thing I see is, it was strange because it was like the door had slid open and this thing walked through. Now, it was a paranormal door, and I knew it was a paranormal door because it's the weirdest freaking thing. even though physically the glass door did not move, there was some kind of like a paranormal door. And I don't think I've ever described that. I didn't describe it at the time, but it's like it slid open and closed, and this thing came slithering in like a snake and then got up on essentially 4 legs and then weaved its way around the room and then up on the walls and then up onto the ceiling and over the course went above my mom on the ceiling and then back down on the other side of the wall. And I went, oh, like frickin' hell, I don't think so. And they were like, what's wrong? What? And I told them, described what I had seen. It was like, it freaked a lot of people out. And I went into hyper protection mode, not only with my mom, but any other beings in that room. It wasn't good. I got very, very, very upset and went into protection mode. And the following day was when I found out that they had extreme amount of paranormal in one room that they don't like putting any patient into. The doctors, the nurses, it's mostly the nurses, they will try to avoid putting anybody in this one room in this one specific hospital unless they absolutely have to. And every time they hypervigilant mode. Yes, I was very much, Robert. So it made things rather interesting that night. But yeah, creepy crawly things when they crawl up a wall. I remember looking at that going, oh, hell no. And then it was a lot of the F word. A lot of the F word. That kind of stuff scares people. It just eggs me on. I'm like, nope. I'm in it for hand-to-hand combat, man, because it's like I don't have to put up with that shit. Nobody does. They have no business coming in there. And I was just like, you are not going to be watching my mother. You are not going to. I was like, no. No, 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 no. You are not allowed in here. Man, that was when I called on my family, my deceased family on the other side. I called in angels. I called in a lot of spiritual stuff. And from that point on was when the family on the other side started watching my mom more, keeping a close eye on her. Which, I mean, it's when my mom got COVID and went into the hospital for the first time, in March, I think it was March of 2020, I lost my ever-loving shit, and my family literally, they cornered me in my bedroom and surrounded me. They literally surrounded me. And they were, I mean, I was standing in front of a laundry basket that was sitting on top of something else. And it went from, we're here, we're coming in, this is, and it was like tighter, 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 tighter. And it just went like this. I was like, whoa, wow. So that really, okay, that just taught me I need to be sitting up. So, it made it kind of a big deal to make some realizations on how paranormal behaves and how things really are. And why are you not sticking to this? That is ridiculous. Sorry. Makes no sense why you're not doing. Stay, silly thing. Okay. So just some interesting things. I don't know. Just little stories. They may just take this live stream as a opportunity to play in the, what's it called? Not dashboard. Where the hell is it called? Podcast it, but that's not it. Analytics, copyright, settings. Oh, not audio library. Oh well, get it figured out. Not the shorts. Anyway, thank you for coming in. We do appreciate it. Ah, see, this has got to go down. That's got to go down. How many inches? How many inches does that need to go down? Okay. So, down a foot. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, it's looks. I think it's 8. Because 8 is right. Yeah, okay, so it's basically 9 inches. It needs to go down 9 inches because that's 9. Right there is 9. Yeah. 9 inches. It needs to go down 9 inches. I gotta write that down. I already know I'm not gonna remember that. So these things are called tapestry. Okay, that's important. The other stuff is basic stuff, things I can deal with, and it's not a big deal. What other paranormal thing? Yeah, creepy crawlies that really do creep and crawl and that slither. Those things are not nice. Not at all. So, okay. 49, 50 minutes into this. Okay, I'm trying to think of anything else. Any other. So that does come. See, that's what I need to know. How far? Okay. And that's why this works for the coloring, for the background, to make everything in the foreground pop. But what do you want to bet if I do? Oh, that's awful. Gad fucking zooks. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Yeah. See, this is much better. You get a blue overcast lighting, which goes better with my skin. Okay. Bompatita. All right. I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's absolutely anything else. You guys, if you got questions, seriously, ask questions. You're totally fine. Okay. Trying to figure stuff out here, making sure. I think that's really it, folks. For those that came in, I thank you very much. For those that watch, had a couple of weird little things take place. So now we got the lighting up and interesting. No real talking of ETs tonight. The paranormal. All right. Can't think of anything else that I need to actually take care of. Got the height. That light. That one. I've got to remember. And how it's aimed. It can't be aimed at me. It's got to be aimed out. Got that. Oh, holy crap. I just realized something that would help dramatically. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, so we kill this light. There we go. There's that. Reflector plant panels. Yeah, I thought about that. I done did thought about that. I don't think there's anything else. Okay, folks. I think that's where I'm going to end it. Thank you for coming in and for chatting. I do appreciate it. Truly, I do. I think I got everything figured out. Yeah, that makes a huge difference now. No. How far back? No, it's not about it's not about that twisting and turning. It's about this top thing. Ah, there we go. Okay. No more lines, though. That's good to know. Yeah, I'm using my old. It's dusty right now, but my old lamp, and I think that is what I'm going to be doing from now on. Which means I got to find a place to set this lamp. That's fun, but it definitely gives you more of a bright light. And a true light. That's what I want. It's a true light that I'm after, so that's a big deal. Okay. Okay, so by next weekend I need to have that finished. This weekend I need to have that. Mogwai, bright light. Yeah, I don't know what this one's called. Ott light, OTT light, Ott light. I love this. This has been it's really been a really good quality light. So unfortunately most everybody else has stuff stationary. I don't. So you've got to every time you're on, it's a change up. That's why I've got to make sure that I'm like, okay, how do I have this? How do I have that? This has got to be moved here. That's got to be moved there. So it's a huge production for me to have to do these live broadcasts, because it's not just a one done and go. There's quite a bit more to it for me. So anyhow, No, I'm just babbling. But I very much I do appreciate you guys coming in. It does mean a lot. It really does mean a lot to me. So thank you. And for letting me know about the lighting and how well it works and all of that, and going through the motions of how far down, because I would not have realized that until after I was off camera. That would have been very frustrating. Sorry. I guess I'm tired. What else? Yeah, watch out for yellow lighting. I try to avoid yellow lighting, especially doing this kind of stuff. Anyhow, bye guys. Thank you for coming in and helping me figure this stuff out. Most appreciated. Bye. Have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.